All right, so I have a little live today, unplanned. I really wanted to do because it's a topic I think that is very important, and I do believe that when we know better, we always do better. Today, I want to talk about foods. Obviously, foods are critical to our health. So let me start with saying something that might surprise you. You don't have a discipline problem, you have a food environment problem. Because the truth is that a lot of what we eat today isn't really food anymore. And no matter how motivated you are, it's really hard to feel good, have energy, and lose weight when your environment is working against you. So, hi everyone. I'm Liliane Roux, women's health and performance specialist. Before I moved into the health and wellness space, I spent over 20 years working in tech sales and leadership. So I completely understand, busy lives, stress, and trying to juggle everything. And what I see today is this: so many women, are doing their best, really trying to eat well, trying to stay healthy. They exercise, but they still feel tired, frustrated. They still feel stuck. And they're often thinking, what's wrong with me? And the answer is nothing is wrong with you. So today it's like, I think it's a very interesting conversation I want to have. And what is really going on is the modern food system is not designed to support your health. It's designed to make food convenient, addictive, and easy to overeat. And even foods that look healthy can be part of the problem. And I'm thinking protein bars, low fat yogurts, breakfast cereals. A lot of them are ultra processed. So when you feel like I just need more willpower, it is not true. Willpower is not the problem. You're trying to fight something that has been designed to win. And that's the kind of conversation I want to have today because I think it's a critical information. It's very simple, but there are very simple things that we need to remind ourselves of. So there is a very simple way of understanding this, and it's called the NOVA classification. It was developed by researchers at the University of Sao Paulo, led by Carlos Augusto Monteiro. And instead of focusing on calories, he looks at how processed your food is. And this is super interesting and this is super simple. So he describes in his research four types of food. So that's very simple. First, you have the real food, that food that is natural. For example, vegetables, fruits, eggs, meat, fish, lentils, beans, nuts. This is what your body understands best. This is what gives you real energy. You have another category, and these are the cooking ingredients, things you use to prepare meals. So, for example, your olive oil, your butter, your salt, your sugar. These are not bad. These are part of normal cooking. Now, these are not snacks, they are just ingredients you use to cook. And then you have what we call processed foods, your third category. And these are real food with a few additions. For example, your cheese, your canned fish, your bread, your plain yogurt. Still, real food can absolutely be part of a healthy lifestyle. And then we have the last one, the ultra processed foods. And this is the issue. These are products, not real food. For example, packaged snacks, cereals, ready meals, soft drinks, protein bars, flavored yogurts. Now you're thinking, okay, this is nice, but how can I really spot them? Well, usually they have long ingredient lists and ingredients you don't recognize, words you would not use at home. And so these foods are designed to make you eat more. They don't fill you up properly. They mess with your hunger and they keep you coming back for more. And that's a sign. Now, why do you feel the way you do? So sometimes you feel tired in the afternoon, you crave sugar, we feel always hungry, we're struggling with weight, and this is not just stress, this is not just hormones, it's also what you're eating every day. So, and we're having the conversation around health, not only weight, right? Weight is a positive consequence. Weight loss is a positive consequence of a healthier lifestyle. So, what can you actually do? Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is, for instance, could be to move from ultra processed foods to eat real food. So, we have simple things we can do, simple swaps. So let's say instead of having cereal for breakfast, just switch to eggs and fruits. Protein bar as a snack, have a yogurt instead, like a natural yogurt. If you have ready meals for dinner, just move to like a whole food plate with vegetables, fish, chicken. So small changes can make a big difference. And this is where everything starts to shift. That's how you can shift your energy, your cravings, and last but not least, your relationship with food. So this is kind of the important message here, that food classification nova. Now, if you want to understand this more deeply, I really, really, really highly recommend a book actually that I have here, and that's this book, Ultra Process People. And this is from Chris Van Tolkien. I hope I pronounce his name properly. And it explains how modern food is actually designed and why so many people feel stuck. And one of the key messages from that book is, the one key message is that it is not you, it's the food. So once we understand that, and this is why I highly recommend the book, because it really helps you understand. As you know, once we know, we always do better, right? So I just want you to, and that was a short live, so um, I want you to take a few things away. You don't need more discipline. You need a better environment, and that starts with what's on your plate. And that's the first step, and that's the key step that will help you shift a lot of things. So it's not about exercise. First, it's what's on the plate first. Exercise is another step. So if this resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Please don't hesitate to send me messages. I'm receiving more and more messages direct, especially on Facebook. So feel free to send me messages. And but I really, really want to hear your thoughts, and I want to thank you so much for being here. I know you're busy. Life is busy, so I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. And if you want to go deeper, if you feel like you need support, because sometimes we feel like we can do things by ourselves and we're actually not making progress, feel free to reach out. I have a 3-month program that really works. Some of my clients are seeing great results. So yeah, that was like a short live, just to share knowledge around this topic. Yeah, just stay well, stay healthy, and I will be talking to you in the next one.